Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, this is pretty much my Haymaker hit to all the hate surrounding my name. You know, people want to drag on the hate, drag on the drama, whether it's drama that started almost 10 years ago, whether it's drama that's happened. And see, that's the thing. Like, there hasn't been no other drama that has happened. Like, I was getting ready to say that, but I'm like, nah, I gotta correct myself. There hasn't been any other drama, I guess, besides like the rumors and lies that's been made up on my name. But other than that, I'm like, fam, I look at the stuff that's going on and I'm like, what is this? You know, like, you gotta ask yourself that question at some point in time when you're dealing with like hate and drama and all that stuff, beefing. You know, you gotta sit down and ask yourself a question like, what is this? What am I doing? What am I looking at? You know? And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be going over it all, like, you know, because I feel like that all drama needs to be discussed, like all the like issues where I guess there's still some loose ends to it, you know, because the thing is this: if it comes down between focusing on myself and feeding into this drama, I'm gonna focus on myself. I feel like what happened last year surrounding my name, like just all the different accomplishments that I was like making, from voice acting in a video game, having videos reaching millions of views on my YouTube channel, reaching 100,000 subscribers. That's what happens when I take the time to focus on myself. So if it comes down between focusing on whatever new drama is being said about me, like, yes, I'll give it a little bit of attention, but I'm not going to drag it out like how I did some years back. We ain't going back down that route. We're not. So because I know there is one particular person that's on my case right now, and he's trying to reignite the drama. He's trying to get it to where me and Just a Robot is beefing once again. And that's the thing. Just a Robot is not in no position to be beefing with people. If I could just talk about him real quick, he is not in a position to be beefing with people right now. He is in a very, very, very vulnerable spot. I've been a content creator for 15 years. I've seen people in his shoes before. And you know what happens to them? They end up crashing out. And then you look up one day, no videos, no social media posts, no nothing. This man done disappeared. And people are trying to have it where he continues on. That's not bad for his, it is. It is bad for his mental health. It ain't good for his mental health is what I was trying to say. But yeah, he's not in a position to be arguing, beefing, causing drama, starting up stuff. None of that. That's why when you look at the amount of times where I've talked about this man, from the reaction videos to talking about his fans to talking about him, all that stuff in the recent months, how many times has he responded? So that's why I'm saying he's not in a position to be arguing with people right now. He ain't in no position to be starting anything with anybody right now. Because that's the one thing that is going to be hovering over his head, and that's what everybody is going to be saying about him. Let's say he uploaded a video about me right now. I was about to talk about myself in third person, but yeah, let's say he uploaded TMossBoss video right now. How do you think them comment section is going to look? Oh yeah, at least TMossBoss ain't defended no pedophile. There was like when he seen that he was a fan of a pedophile, he took down all videos supporting the guy, talking on EDP 445. Because yes, I was a fan of him at one point in time, but when all that pedophile stuff came out, dropped all contacts. I was like, nope. I'm like, even if there was a chance of me and him collaborating, that all would have been thrown out. I had a video on my channel that had over 100,000 views. That was one of my most viewed videos on my main channel, and probably would have been doubled, tripled, quadrupled. It would have been at a significant higher amount of views than it was back when I deleted it. But I deleted that video along with a bunch of other different videos that I had of EDP 445. So my thing is this: me and him right now, we're not on the same level. Just a Robot, he's far, far, far below any level that I'm on right now. And if any of his fans is trying to reignite the beef, do you really want that for him? Because the thing is this: if you're thinking that, oh, it's gonna benefit him, it's gonna, like, oh, Just a Robot got something to talk about. Yeah, let me start up some rumors saying that TMossBoss is talking to minors. Oh, he sexually harassed somebody. He killed somebody. All this other. Do you want it? Like, sit down and think about that. Do you think Just a Robot is going to make a video talking about that with no evidence? Cause that even just talking to the Just a Robot fan that's been on my case right now, he's been making up all these lies and rumors, trying to start up stuff. What proof do you have? What proof? My thing is this: the biggest thing that he did say out of it, besides threatening my life, but he said that I killed somebody. Who did I kill? Like, who did I kill? Who did I sexually harass? Who did I bully? All that. I had to say, if there's anybody that I bullied, yes, it was the Just a Robot fan base and Just a Robot himself. Right now, but back then I'm like, fam, I just wanted to be left alone. How? My thing is this: that's a question I have for everybody. How is me wanting to be left alone a problem to Just a Robot, his fan base, all that? Why is it that you guys are so like, you know what? Let's just say this: why are you guys so obsessed with TMossBoss? Why are you so obsessed with that name? Like, what does the TMossBoss name do for you? Because it does something. My thing is this: if you're a TMossBoss hater and you're listening to this podcast episode, you're obsessed. Exit out. Leave. Go focus on your life. Go focus on your goals. Go focus on your dreams. No, that's the thing, though. You're glued to the TMossBoss name. And to me, that is some sad stuff. I'm not even interested in my name like that. The thing is this: I always and will always want the best for my content creating career. But at times, I need a little mental break. So yeah, I might pop in a movie that I want to watch. I may want to just, step away and go outside and exercise for a little bit. I may want to play a game, but without streaming, recording, all that stuff. I just want to chill, I'm like, and that's one of the things where I'm like, when I sit down and I look at myself as a content creator, I'm like, I'm happy at who I am. But at the same time, it can be better. Like, I can be a little bit more focused. I can be, but that's the thing, though. I'm professionally focused on the name TMossBoss. What's your guys' excuse? Like, I'm saying, like, I wanted to ask some heavy-hitting, hard questions. Why are you guys so obsessed with the TMossBoss name? I mean, this is even talking to that one racist Twitter hater, too, from some years back. Why are you obsessed with the TMossBoss name? Why do you have 3 different accounts dedicated to tweeting about me? Genuinely answer that question. No, that's the thing, though. I don't want you guys to try to flip nothing back on me, because that's one thing that you guys be liking to do. Like, oh, I'm just going to ask TMossBoss the same question. That's the thing, though. You know what? I feel that I need to answer that question for you guys. Why you guys are so obsessed with the name TMossBoss? When you flip that question, let's just start with that. When you flip a question back on me, a question I just asked you guys, y'all don't have an answer. You do have an answer, but you don't want to say that answer because you know that you're just proving what I'm saying right. I'm saying sit down and think about it. I just asked you that question. You're so quick to type up, why are you so obsessed with me, TMossBoss? Why am I? My thing is this. Do you think that if you never would have tweeted about me, that I would be giving you this attention right now? I'm willing to bet all the money that I ever make in my life that I would have not known who you were up until I started seeing you talking about me. So really, sit down and think about that. Who's more obsessed with who? The thing is this. I can delete all them Just a Robot videos. I can delete any videos that I've ever made on any hater whatsoever. Move on with my life. Do you guys think you'll be able to do the same thing? I've done that before. There was a gang of Just a Robot videos I had at one point in time. I deleted all them videos. Yeah, the videos that you guys have been seeing recently, yeah, those videos are still up. Probably being eventually a matter of time right before I take those videos down too. Because I'm like, fam, to me, it's like them videos is pointless. The only people that are watching those videos, I guess more so the videos right now, the only people that are probably watching those videos is people that have an issue with Just a Robot and his fans and former fans. Them the only ones. It ain't like that them videos is going to get me to a all high success throughout my content creating career. Why did I just have a lisp moment right there? I'm saying like, no, that was crazy. I don't know where that came from. I ain't got no lisp, people. I'm like, I don't know where that came from. I think because I'll be talking too fast that I get the messing up and things. But anyways, jokes aside though, back on this topic of discussion and stuff, talking to the Just a Robot, I guess his current fan base. But when you sit down and just think of, do you honestly see this going on 10 years from now? Yeah, it's been going on 10 years recently, but it's like 20 years going at it with Just a Robot and his fans. Really? And my thing is this, because I know where I'm going to be going when it comes down to my content creating career. I'm just going to keep elevating. I'm going to keep achieving greater things with my content creating career. When I sit down and think about it, 15 years ago, I have no subscribers. I ain't have no channel. I have nothing towards the TMossBoss name. The only thing that the TMossBoss name was doing was occupying space on the iCarly.com website. But other than that, nobody knew who TMossBoss was. And when I sit down and I think about that, like, okay, let's say if I wasn't a content creator, with the TMossBoss name, would that still be relevant? Would that still, people be talking about it? No, because nobody would know who I am. The thing is this. I shouldn't have to say things like that, but I feel like it needs to be said because these haters, they have it so made up in their mind that it's like, oh, it doesn't matter, like somehow, some way, we would have found a reason to hate on you. That's called an obsession. That is called, if you're thinking of ways how you could have been hating on me if the TMossBoss name would have never existed, I'm just some random man in the middle of Seattle, and you guys still would be trying to find a reason to hate on me, that's called an obsession. It is. It's stalking. It's being a hater. It's like, you guys might not want to admit that, but that's what you are. You are a hater. Like there's that scene. I think I don't know which one of them cop shows it is, but it's the one with Ice-T in it, and he was talking with that guy, and the guy was all like, "I don't like men, but or what am I saying? Ice-T. I feel like I said Ice Cube. If I don't know what I'm saying, man, I be talking so fast, I need to slow down. But anyways, Ice-T was talking to this dude on one of them like cop shows, and the guy was all like, "I don't like men," and Ice-T was all, he was like, "I don't like men, but occasionally I like to sleep around with men and stuff." And Ice-T was all like, "I got some news for you. That means that you're attracted." I ain't gonna say the word that he said, but he was like, he pretty much said that you're attracted to men. That's what you guys are doing right now. I'm not saying that y'all are. I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, that's on you. That's your lifestyle. But I'm just saying, like, for the situation, the scenario that we're talking on, this TMossBoss hate train, this TMossBoss, oh, we gotta hate on him on everything that he does, whether it's podcasting, gaming, reaction, TikToking, Twitch streaming, what else? Sport videos, commentary videos, music. It don't matter what TMossBoss do, we have to hate on it. That is called an obsession. That is called hatred. It might not, you might not want to accept it, but at the end of the day, that's what that is. That's how everybody's gonna, that's one of the main reasons on why I always tell my haters. That's why even with this last video that I posted, talking on this Just a Robot fanboy, I'm like, fam, go outside, right? Go outside to your neighbors, go to your school, and if you are an adult, go to your job. That's if you have a job, but I guarantee and I promise you, if this Just a Robot fanboy, if he is an adult, he ain't working. He doesn't have what it takes. That's one of the things that I notice about people. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years, but I have been me for the past 28 years, almost 29 years. I pay attention to people. I pay attention how people act. I pay attention to their mannerism, overall, like who they are as a person. If there is a college course or something that's about like studying people, human nature, all that stuff, I would have passed that class with flying colors. Because the way that you guys be carrying on, I know for a fact that you guys don't be going outside like that. I know for a fact that y'all don't be talking with Just a Robot. He's living proof on why you guys don't be going outside and talking to people like that. It's just that with you guys, y'all are the ones that don't nobody know about. Just a Robot and who he is, the area that he comes from the internet, he's just one of the ones that made it for himself on the internet. But other than that, who he is as a person, that ain't no different than you guys. Y'all are no different than him. You guys are, I'm saying, you guys go out in public, say things that people look at and question. Yeah, it's like they might do one. The thing is this, you think that they're laughing with you, but they're not. They're doing one of them like concerned laughs, like, oh, yeah, that's so funny. I wish I would have thought of that one. But you guys say some things that's like, what are you even talking about? Like, that's the thing. If people gave out their genuine reaction to you guys, I'm saying and you know what? The thing is this. I had a chance to see people's genuine reaction to you guys. I'll never forget when working. But just even when I tell people, that's one thing about it. I don't mind going out telling people about how you guys are. Because I'm just the times I remember when I did that at my old job with the customers. And I tell them, I wouldn't even tell them about you guys. I just say that I'm a content creator. I'm like, look my name up. The thing is this, I gave them the choice on seeing the content for themselves. But that's the thing. They already knew me as a person. So it wasn't about no, oh, they liked me or they were cool with me and this and that, friends, blah blah blah, whatever people be trying to make up all these different excuses. No, the thing is this: they could have very well cut all ties with me, cut all contact with me, moved far away, never talk to me again. Nothing would have changed. They still would have looked at y'all as the weird ones. That's the thing that you guys are not understanding. But I just remember the times when I would tell customers at my old job, and even when I tell friends and family, like no, it was funny. One of my friends, a childhood friend of mine's, he had we were talking about like gaming PCs. Like there was a gaming PC that I gave to a mutual friend of ours, and but no, he had came over just because he hadn't seen me in a while and stuff. So anyways, I think last time we seen each other was maybe a couple of years back, something like that. But we'll play the game from time to time and stuff. But anyways, comes over. We got the talking a little bit, but then at some point in time, he asked me about the content creating stuff. So I was like, oh man, it's chilling, it's cool and stuff. He's like, whatever happened to that Transformer guy? And I'm like, Transformer guy? What are you talking about? I'm like, bro, I ain't talking about nothing with no Transformers. I might reacted to a trailer here and there, but I'm like, what are you? He's talking about just a robot. And I'm like, oh, him. I'm like, oh yeah, he got caught up in his drama. He's like out here defending pedophiles and stuff. Bro, the funny thing is that it never changes when I talk about you guys, or when people overall bring you guys up and things. Whatever the conversation is, it's always them laughing at y'all. That's the thing that you guys don't understand. That's why you guys are so afraid of going outside and telling people about your hatred towards me, because people are going to look at you. They're going to look at you like you're crazy, tell you need to let this stuff go, or they're going to laugh at you and be like, bro, you're such a loser. Like, you are a whole legitimate loser. You are worried about a person that lives all the way across the country, that don't care nothing about your lifestyle, about what you're doing, don't even care about the hatred that you have towards him. You are a whole loser. That's what they're afraid of hearing. They don't want to hear that. But that's the thing, though. For the sake of this episode, I'm going to tell them that. When I say that this is a Haymaker episode, this is a Haymaker, some haymaking content, that's what this is. I'm not going to let up. I'm not going to be like, oh, I got to remember these are kids that I'm talking to. Even to them kids out there, you are a loser if you are worried 24/7 about what TMossBoss is doing. That's something I feel like I haven't gotten a chance to telling you guys, but I got that chance now. I'm going to say it now. I can care less how y'all feel about it. I could care less about how you guys feel about any and everything I say and do when it comes down to content creating. Fam, this is my career. This is what I want to do. I'm not going to let however old this kid is, or some 30-something-year-old man, or somebody the same age as me, somebody that's still an adult, but they're slightly younger than me, or mad older than me. I do not care what y'all think about me being a content creator. At the end of the day, I am still going to be a content creator, whether you like it or not. And even if you do have some out there that want to take my life and make an example out of me, or do this or do that, still, at the end of the day, you cannot stop the fact that I have uploaded thousands of videos on the internet. I have accumulated millions of views on the internet. Over 100,000 people know who I am. Fam, it doesn't matter whether I'm talking about sneakers, gaming, reactions, music, voiceovers, TikTok videos, whether podcasting, sports. I'm trying to think of some other content that I've done where it's like memes. It doesn't matter whatever the content is. If the name TMossBoss is attached to it, you cannot stop that. You can't do absolutely nothing about that. My thing is this, even if I had to abandon YouTube, I still got Twitch, I still got Instagram, I still got TikTok. I just recently created an account on the one website, Daily Motion. So there's another video sharing platform that I could go to. Yeah, it might not be as big as YouTube, but still it's something. I could go to Rumble, I could go to any platform I want to and make a name for myself. Do you guys think you'll be able to do the same thing? Like, without the name TMossBoss being mentioned, do you guys think, and I ain't trying to hear that stuff, oh, I ain't a content creator. Put yourself in the shoes of a content creator, because if not, then fam, get up out this podcast episode. Get off of my channels, get off of my accounts, all that stuff. Close out any tabs that you have open of me, because I know people be doing that. I just remember back then where there was this one kid that I used to get into it with. His name was Glenn Gregan. He since then has abandoned the internet. Like, I think that was one kid that I ran off. And I know people are going to probably be all like, bro, you ran a kid off of the internet? How do you feel about yourself? Accomplished. Happy. If you think, my thing is this. This is like crash out TMossBoss that you're hearing right now. This is the TMossBoss that doesn't care about nothing. This is this ain't even TMossBoss. This is Tyler talking to you guys. I do not care that I ran a kid off of the internet. And a matter of fact, I'm happy that I ran that kid off of the internet. Hope he never comes back to the internet. So my thing is this. People want to say that I bullied that kid? Sure, fine. Yeah, I bullied him. My thing is this, though. And the funny thing is that people probably ask, like, you know, like the ones that doesn't have it out for me. They're looking at this as a neutral thing. Why did you run this kid off of the internet? What happened when you got somebody threatening my life? Threatening my friend's life. My friends, they ain't did nothing to you. They're just people just there. And they catch a stray bullet because of your hatred towards me. The thing is this. That kid set himself up for that. Going back and forth, flip-flopping. Oh, one day he wants to be a fan of me. Next day he wants to be a fan of one of my people that I'm having issues with on the internet. You know how bad that it got between me and this kid? It got so bad that the individual, the community that the kid came from, the community that I was beefing with at the time, me and him decided to just squash our beef, and we were going to focus on this kid. That's how bad it was. Do you know how bad it is where you have to work alongside somebody you don't even get along with to take out a greater threat? Bruh, it sounds like it should be a TV show. It sounds like the whole plot to this season 2 of The Walking Dead with Negan and Maggie right now. How bad it got between me and that kid. But my thing is this, though. There wasn't no reason for him to, say what you want to say about me. But why threaten my friends? Why even bring my friends up? That's even with this one guy that's just a robot fanboy, what he's doing. Brought my friends into the conversation. And I'm thinking to myself, they ain't did nothing to you. So really, at the end of the day, it's like, what reason do you have to go off on them? Because they friends with me? So what? Is it a jealousy thing where you're upset at the fact that you ain't got no friends, so you feel like you gotta take that anger out on my friends? My friends ain't did nothing to you. Why? That's my thing is this. Answer these questions. Don't just answer one of the questions that you hear. Every question that I ask throughout this podcast episode, answer them. I'm saying, like, give me a full statement. Give me all the answers that I need. And I'm like, fam, and that's the thing, though. At the end of the day, they ain't got no good answers. There's absolutely nothing that they can say or do that's going to convince me on what they're doing is right. And I think that that's what their end goal is. They want to be proven right. But I'm like, you can't be proven right on some stuff that's just overall wrong. Everything that you're saying and doing is wrong. Going after somebody because y'all disagree on something, it's wrong. Going off on me because, you seen a video that you don't like is wrong. I'm saying going after my friends, they ain't did nothing to you, is wrong. And at the end of the day, you think that you're doing something right here. Like, you genuinely think that you're doing something right. And the funny thing is that they're going to try to jump to the one thing I'm like, I felt like it needed to be safe for last, trolling. You guys don't know how to troll. You don't. Y'all do not have one idea. You think, I can hide behind negativity and call it trolling. Admit what you really are. Admit what you are really doing. It ain't trolling, bruh. And the funny thing is, the other day when I posted how this Just a Robot fanboy, he threatened my life, there was somebody that commented. It must have been it was either one like a rage baiter or another Just a Robot fan, but they was all like, stop snitching, he's just trolling. Stop snitching on somebody that just threatened my life. Are you serious? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to like wrap my head around this, and I'm trying to find words to say that's not going to go against the rules and the guidelines of the podcast streaming platform that I'm posting on in YouTube. But I'm gonna really try to like piece this together and ask like some questions and point out some flaws and some issues with that person's head. What's wrong upstairs? And I'm not gonna believe you if you say nothing. That's here's the thing. That's not ADHD. That's not autism. That's not no. It's none of that. Like that's the thing. Even just saying stuff like, "Oh, something's mentally wrong with you," that's not enough. Like, no, something is. That's the thing. I'm like, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say like something is wrong with you. I gotta say something more than that. Because my thing is this: imagine if you put yourself in the or if somebody's threatening your life, you're gonna and somebody's all like, and the police officer is just like, oh, they're just messing with you, they're not being serious, but they got real intentions of ending your life. You still gonna be thinking on that trolling stuff? That's why I'm like, at times, people from just overall the internet, but especially people from Just a Robot's fan base, they will say some things where I'm like, okay, my thing is this: if you're a kid, it shows. It definitely shows. But if you're an adult, you got the mindset of a kid, and that's not okay. I'm saying like I feel like that it shouldn't be left up to your parents. It shouldn't be left up to a guardian. It shouldn't be left up to nobody to watch after you. You are a whole adult. Act like it. That's not threatening somebody's life. Isn't trolling. That is a threat. I'm really trying to piece together these guys' brain and their thought process, but I can't because I don't think like that. I am not like that. I am a whole grown man. I am an adult. I think like an adult. I act like an adult. When I see people that carry on like this and they trying to convince me that they're an adult, or even if they are, like I know that they're an adult and things, I'm like, man, what happened then? Like, honestly, what happened? Like, just even talking to guys like Just a Robot, what happened? It's because of your childhood. So what if your childhood was bad growing up? You know how many people had a bad childhood growing up and they made the best of their lives? That's what you're going to be saying throughout your whole life. That's what you're going to be saying. You do something crazy and you find yourself in a courtroom where you got to answer to a judge. Oh, because my parents didn't love me enough. Oh, my parents, they didn't do this for me. They didn't get me the bicycle in Walmart. Who cares? My thing is this is just talking to any and everybody that wants to say stuff like that. Who cares about your childhood? You the only one that's still holding on to that fam. If that's the case, everybody had a bad childhood then. Ain't nobody had no perfect childhood. My thing is this: there's kids out there that wanted their all-time favorite video game. Did they get it? No. There's kids out there that did want to get that bicycle in Walmart. Did they get it? No. They even wanted something as little as a little action figure, Hot Wheel cart. No, they didn't get that stuff. My thing is this, fam. Even just talking on my childhood, yeah, there are some moments in my childhood where I'm like, I know I wouldn't do that to my kid. But that's the thing, though. That was my childhood. My childhood ain't gonna speak for whatever it is, whatever position that I'm in right now. So I'm saying when they be trying to say things like that, oh, I had a tough childhood. Tough. That's what I'm gonna say about that. Who cares? Don't nobody care about your childhood besides you. And you still holding on to it because it's like, oh, because no, mentally you are still a child. You are. And that's the thing where it's like, because a child don't know how to take responsibilities, accountability for their actions and all that stuff. They just know how to just do something, keep it going. They were like, oh, I'm sorry. I had shrugged their shoulders. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that I did something wrong. I'm sorry. And it's like, the funny thing is, that little segment that I just showed to you, the past few seconds, that was the whole Just a Robot response video that he uploaded some months ago. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. But they do the same stuff. They're look at them. They're doing it. Them people are doing it. I did. It is like, fam, you are what? Either he is 30 or over 30 or almost 30, whatever the case may be. Act like it, bro. I'm not hearing nothing. Your dyslexia caused you to ask a minor to draw inappropriate art for you. Oh, I thought their age said 31. I didn't know that they were 13. Oh, what else? Like, what other some other crazy things he done say? Yeah, like, if we just go back, it's gonna be like a Bible's length of like all the different crazy things he done said throughout his career. And it's funny how like people, they try to like get on me about the stuff that I say and do, and I'm like, fam, look at the people in your own community. I'm saying, like, even as much as his like editor, like, yeah, even though me and his editor, we squashed our beef, he apologized, all that stuff, still though, I feel like I gotta bring his situation up. When and just with some of the stuff that I heard, and I'm like, man, I really wish that I could post that video, because I did. So there was a like a live stream that I reacted to where his editor was just getting like, these people were going off on him, because he said and did some things. I ain't gonna get into details on the stuff that he said and did, but he, at least, all right, so at least for me, the one thing that I remember them saying where they had to get on him about that was that he joins their Discord, Just the Robot's Discord or something like that, or it was just some random Discord, I don't know, but overall he had joined these people's Discord, and they knew who I was. I don't know if it was people that had it out for me, or they just heard about my name throughout the content creating sphere, but anyways, they knew who I was. So his editor, Joshua, joins these people's Discord. He photoshops this picture of my face on a monkey's body. And they were tripping off of that. And for the longest, because I remember I seen a video where the individual, one of the individuals that was in the Discord, they had to get on him about that. They was like, fam, what are you doing? Why would you post that here? Like, no. So I don't think them people, they had it out for me. I don't know. But regardless, though, it was like, it wasn't, I guess if they did, they're not as bad as the ones that, like, they're stalking and, I'm having to talk about them every blue moon and stuff. But I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what was the reason of even doing that? But see, that's what I mean, though, by these guys having an obsession with me. I think even himself had admitted that he had an obsession with me. And it got so bad to where people were having to talk to him about that. That's what you guys need. Y'all need somebody, and that's the thing that they don't want, though. They don't want nobody to sit down and talk to them about it. And I'm like, man, no, you need somebody to sit down and talk with you guys. Because y'all, the crazy thing is like, as I'm doing this podcast episode, I guarantee and I promise you that that individual on Twitter, he's making tweets about me right now. It's not like this podcast episode is like live or anything, but I guarantee and I promise you, he's tweeting about me right now as we speak. Hold on for a second. Let me open up his social media account. He tweeted about me an hour ago, tweeting out to Montez Ford, just simply saying my name. Like, and my thing is this, that's normal. That's normal behavior for you. Like, no, my thing is this, it's an obsessive behavior. You might not think that you're obsessed. You might not want to admit that you're obsessed with TMossBoss, but you are. If you're a TMossBoss hater and you're hearing this podcast episode and you have no business being on my channel, being on my account, ain't nobody saying nothing to you, you just just want to hear my voice so badly, you want to see my face so badly, you want to see the TMossBoss name so badly, my thing is this, if you ain't obsessed with me, then prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove that you're not obsessed with me. But that's the thing, though. These guys, here's the thing about them. They don't have nothing else going for themselves. This is it. This is the like the end of their, I don't want to say the end of their life and stuff, but this is the most thing that they're going to do in their life. Other than that, they ain't going to be, here's the thing. They're going to either have a guardian watching after them for the rest of their lives. People are going to realize, like, they're not the normal-minded adults. We going to have to do some, like, brain scans to see, I don't know, maybe the mom might have smoked too many Newports, drank too many bottles of Hennessy, what else? They might have had some other, use of something that was, while they were pregnant with the kid, but it's like, this kid ain't normal. We can't classify it as autism, because I refuse to believe that anybody from Just the Robot and his fan base, I refuse to believe that any of them are autistic. I just think that what the issue is that they don't have nothing going for themselves, because that's the thing, though. We don't never talk about those type of people, because it's like we don't never get to see those people. We don't never get to see those people's face. We don't never get to see anything about them, their personal life, none of that stuff. But they ain't got nothing going for themselves. But that's the thing, though. It ain't because they're autistic. It ain't because, like, oh, I can't function like a normal. No, you can function like a normal adult. You just don't want to function like a normal adult because it's too much work for you. My thing is this, even talking to this Just the Robot fanboy that's been on my case recently, if he is an adult, why are you not acting like it? Why are you not focused about your job or getting another job or getting a better career or better in whatever career that you got now? Why are you just sitting around talking about me? That's the thing, where it's like you want to make it seem like that you have all these valid reasons to talk about me. Ain't no reason that you can possibly name is valid. None whatsoever. That's the problem with these guys. It's like they don't have people saying things like this to them. And then when I say it, it's like, oh, you're wrong. You're this. You're that. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not obsessed. You're obsessed. Fam, I don't even know you guys. Y'all know me. You know what I look like. You know my face. You know almost everything about me that I talk about when it comes down to content creating. You guys, the crazy thing is that you guys will bring up stuff that I talked about years ago as if it was like something that just happened a moment ago, yesterday. I don't know anything about you guys. And that's the thing. I don't want to know anything about you guys. I don't care for knowing anything about you guys. Y'all can disappear. I'm not losing no sleep over it. None whatsoever. I'm going to sleep just like I did last night. Head on pillow, knocked out. Count me out for the 10, ref. Because I'm out like a light. But that's the thing, what's crossing my mind, and that, just to explain that real quick, what's crossing my mind, I'm over here thinking about what can I do tomorrow to better my content creating career? What videos can I do a voiceover to? Like, let me just see all these different things I could talk about for all the 50 channels that I have. Let me see what I could talk about on my podcast. Let me see what games I can stream tomorrow on my on Twitch. Should I do a stream on Kick, YouTube? Let me think of some other platforms, like TikTok. I'm saying, like, I'm thinking about how I can better myself. And it's funny how they'll say something like, oh, you're still at a low subscriber. You have all these subscribers, but you don't get no views. Why does that matter so much to you? I don't even care about that stuff. Why do you guys care about that type of stuff? It ain't like, my thing is this. Are you guys going to do something about it? Because if not, then why do you keep bringing it up? That's the stuff that I would like to know. I would like to know, why do you feel you guys need to talk on every single aspect of my life? Even the parts of my life that y'all don't even know about. You feel that you need to add your opinion. Is it because my thing is this? And that's what I think is that you guys didn't have it where it was like, people care about your opinion. People want to hear you out. So you get on the internet and you feel like that, oh, well, I'm going to hide who I am, but I'm going to voice out my opinion. Do you know how conflicting that is? Do you know how that was the one thing that I remember back when I originally started on with YouTube back in 2010. I knew that something wasn't right. Was with me trying to be a content creator, but I didn't want people to see my face. I didn't want people to see my voice. It's pretty much like the opposite of what's going on. You want people to hear your voice, but you don't want people to know nothing about you. Because my thing is this, do you think you'd be able to go out, do a story time about whatever is going on in your life, or whether it was in the past or, stuff that's going on in the present day? Do you think, honestly, do you think you do a video right now, right? That's one thing that I'm challenging the haters to do. Do a video right now talking about whatever it is that you want to talk about. And my thing is this, I guarantee and I promise you, not one single person is going to care. Even with Just a Robot being in the position that, being in the position that he once was in, where he did have over 200,000 subscribers, was growing as a YouTuber, still, people didn't know nothing about him. Nobody didn't care about his videos. That's why you've seen like that shift when he did upload that video where he was defending Cinnabear, that the pedophile groomer, whatever she wants to be called and stuff. Did you see that shift? Do you see like that, just that 180 of how everybody flipped on him? Everybody. I had to say that he probably, to a lot of people, was a YouTuber that you feared. Except for me, I'm like, I know people gonna probably be all like, wait a minute, you feared Just a Robot? No, not at all. That's why I still was doing the stuff that I was doing. I still was doing the reaction videos. I still was doing all that stuff. I did not care nothing about what Just a Robot said. But I feel like to a lot of people, they seen what he was capable of. They knew what he was about. They knew that he would use his fans at the drop of a feather. Okay, well, no, at the drop of a pin, because I feel like a pin, it'll fall down a little bit faster than a feather. But anyways, at the drop of a pin, okay, the heaviest thing that you can possibly think of, the fastest possible way of it falling, that's how quick his fans would jump in his corner. But that's the thing, though, and this is something that I always ask his fans. Do you think he would turn around and do that same thing for you? No strings attached, nothing. He just goes out of his way to show support to you guys. Do you think he would want to build a friendship or a relationship with you guys? No strings attached, nothing. Y'all is just friends. Y'all is just cool. You guys, that's one thing. He probably don't even be asking you guys about your personal life. He don't care nothing about your personal life. Just a Robot, I would have to say, just me, the times where I've tried to like hold back and not really talk on you guys like that, That's the thing, though. I feel that Just a Robot, he cares less about you guys than I do. It's at an altar. That's the thing. He does not care. Even to this fanboy that's like trying to, like, I guess, get in his like good graces and stuff. He does not care about you. He doesn't. He even had tweeted out to Just a Robot. Did he respond? No, because he doesn't care about you. Nobody cares about you on the internet, bro. Yeah, you might have friends and family that may care about you. It's probably like them, the friends of the family and stuff. But that's the thing where it's like, yeah, them people that you be going to school with, working with, all that stuff. Like I said, look at the lifestyle that Just a Robot has. That's the same lifestyle that you guys had. Look at the times where he's talked about how people at his job, how quick they were to flip on him because of the stuff that he said and did. That's why I be wanting you guys. It's funny how I would say that all the time. Go out and about and tell people about, like, just be you. Just be you. Tell people how you don't like me and all that stuff. The thing is this. Just a Robot didn't even have to do that. He was just being himself. And look how that turned out. Got fired from numerous jobs. That's stuff that he talked about. That's stuff that he said. I know people gonna probably be all like, oh, you're just making that up. Fam, he's talked about that. How his mouth done, I think he said that in the response video. How his mouth done got him fired from numerous jobs. Because he done said something sexual. Because he done said something crazy to somebody. Knowing that he wouldn't have, my thing is this, you think he would have said that, like, okay, scenario. He goes and talking about, you want to see my manhood to a girl. You think he would have said that in front of her boyfriend or husband? No, he's saying that to women that he thinks is single. That's why I'm like, to whoever his girlfriend is, it's like if she is still in a relationship with him, you really have to sit down and think about that. Do you want this to be a long-term relationship? I'm saying, like, the thing is this. She's either using him for a company or she's using him for some little nighttime, fun stuff and things. I ain't gonna say it on my podcast, again, like I ain't trying to violate no guidelines and things. But it's either he's using her or she's using him, or it's both. They using each other. He's providing some for her and she's providing some for him. But I guarantee that ain't no normal relationship that you see, your regular day-to-day folks walking up and down the streets. That relationship, and that's the thing where I'm like, I feel like it's more so he's using her. Because, I mean, just look at the amount of times he's used people throughout his content creating career. It had to come from somewhere. He don't use people that he knows in real life, but he'll use people on the internet. Where on the internet, it is such a vulnerable place. The thing is this, you don't know who you are coming across on the internet. He didn't know his editor, he didn't know his fans, he didn't know the people that he collaborated with, none of that. And he used them. Where did that overall come from? I guarantee and I promise you, him using the first person that he used on the internet was not the first person that he's used in his whole life. I guarantee and I promise you, he has used people throughout his whole life. And that's the thing. And I'm telling you, I would love to hear. I guarantee, that one thing for sure, I guarantee and I promise you, people would talk about Just a Robot before he talked about them. In a way where it's like, yeah, let's say them people that he worked with, former employees of his and stuff, they came out on the internet and talked about his behavior. I wonder how that conversation would go. I wonder how that, I'm telling you, if there was a way where I can get a hold of these places and talk with them people, whether it was the manager, the employees, whoever, talked with them and be like, how did them conversations go with Luke? How did them conversations go? Like, I'm just, I'm a reporter. Cause I do have a little news channel. I'm a reporter. I would like to know, how did them conversations go? Like, what led to Luke getting fired from this job? I guarantee and I promise you, we gonna hear some stories. I'm willing to bet money we are going to hear some stories about Just a Robot. That's the thing about him. He's somebody where he knows what he's capable of. He knows, and he wants people to adapt to what he's capable of. How are we supposed to adapt to that? How are we supposed to adapt to his lifestyle? How are we supposed to adapt to his mindset and how he thinks and goes about doing things? No. Nobody has to adapt to you, his fans, nobody. I don't even want people to adapt to me. My thing is this: when people come to my channel, I just want them to be entertained. I don't want them to take what I say and run with it. I don't want them. I still, at the end of the day, want people to be themselves. Just a robot, he don't want that with his fans. He wants them to bow down to him. And if you have a problem with it, you better expect something. And it's going to be negative. And that's the thing. That's why I'm like, you see where a lot of his fans, they quietly jumped ship. Look how many subscribers he done lost since then. I'm saying it's getting to a point where we're really about to see 2016 all over again. Me being a bigger content creator than him. It's either I'm going to surpass him with growing subscribers, or he's going to, I guess, surpass me going backwards with losing subscribers. And that's the thing, where if he's so-called claim he is coming back in August to make more videos and stuff, he's just going to lose more subscribers. That's all that's going to happen. I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, people know who he is. People know what he's about. It's been displayed all throughout the internet. I think all that we really need to do is, I guess, like, I don't know how that would be possible to get it where, like, I guess, like, you know, people like, you know, that knew him, that know, or either knew or know him currently IRL, like, I guess how you would be able to get them involved. But I would like for them to get involved. I would like for them to have say so in this matter. You know, people that that grew up with Just a Robot. I even just remember there was like this it was like a Wikipedia page about Just a Robot. Let me see if I can find that page real quick. Hold on for a second, because I gotta look up his name. Yeah, Wikitubia. Because there was like a part in there where they said it was like something that he did IRL. There's like, is this it? No, I don't think that's it. I think this is it right here. So they was all like, Jar eventually left his household and went to college in 2013. He described it being heavily liberal and students becoming easily irritable. One example was when a college student went to pick up his sister and Jar told him to say hi for her. So there was like a college student went to pick up. So I'm assuming they're talking about Just a Robot's sister, or was it the college student, his sister? I think that's what it is, the college student's sister. So anyways, so there's like one example was when a college student went to pick up his sister, talking on the college student. Jar told him to say hi for her. The student proceeded to become enraged and had a meltdown. Jar used to believe that he accidentally might have tried to hit on her. And that's the thing. What did he say to get that college student to that point? That's what I would like to know. Because it wasn't all I just did was tell them to say hi. What did he really say? That's what I'm saying. Just a Robot, he really be leaving out some stuff. Because even the videos that he's done on me. That one video where he was talking about that night in December 2016. There's a whole part of that conversation that he forgot to add in that video. And we supposed to take what he says as the truth? Really? When were we supposed to do that? How are we supposed to take what he says as the truth if he ain't even telling the truth himself? I'm saying, even with that situation with the VidCon event, where he's stalking them content creators, and we supposed to take what he says over what they seen with their own eyes. We're supposed, I wasn't doing nothing to them. I wasn't following them throughout VidCon. Plus, they didn't have no proof. You know what? Because I feel like that ain't gonna be the last time that happens. So let's say in the future, you're at VidCon, you following these guys around, they start recording you, catch you in 4K following them around VidCon, then what you gonna do? What you gonna do with the proof? I wonder what would he have said if they did have proof of him following, because I guess it was all like, well, we ain't gonna post it, or we ain't going to record him because we don't want his face to be out there. It probably I think that was what they should have did, was record him and put his face out there. Like, this is who Just a Robot is. He is following us. He is bothering us. I wouldn't have had no problem doing that. My thing is this: if a dude approaches me, right? He talking about he just a robot and he's following me throughout the place, I'm putting him on blast. I'm like, and the thing is this, his fans, they always love to say they don't be stalking people, following people, you know, being obsessive and all that stuff. What did he do at them VidCon events? So I'm saying, like, to his fans, it's like, really, if you guys is going to say something, I'm going to end it off here. But if you guys is going to say something, make it make sense. make sure of it that there ain't no like, okay, there ain't no proof or ain't no like stuff, but it's like, fam, you guys have an ongoing just the same behavior from the fans to just the robot to himself. So that's why I'm like, bro, yeah, you guys ain't beat no allegations whatsoever. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. I feel like I could have said more, but I'm like, I can't think of nothing else to talk on. I don't know. Maybe there might be a part 2 to this if I can think of some other stuff to talk on, or it might even be an extra. But talk to y'all later. Thank you guys, and peace.